everyone! Now, let's talk about another branch of mathematics, which is geometry. Lesson 1. Basic concepts in geometry. Before we start with the concepts in geometry, let's identify geometry. It is a branch of mathematics that deals with the measurement, properties, and relationships of points, lines, angles, surfaces, and solids. There are undefined terms related to geometry. The first one is point. It shows position or location. It has no dimension and is usually represented by a dot. So we have here, it can be named by a letter in the alphabet. Usually, we use capital letters. So for example, we have here, we have here the dot or a point. We can name it as point A. We have point A. Next, we have line. It has no width and no thickness but can be extended infinitely, or in other terms, no endpoint. In opposite direction, we have the left side and the right side. It can be named using two distinct points. So we have here point A, point B, and point C. Then, we can form a line BC. So we have here the symbol for line. And then we have to write BC. What comes first in the alphabet comes first in writing line. So we have here BC. And then we can also write that using the given cursive letter here. Small letter or capital letter, we have line L. Next, we have the plane. So it is a set of points in an endless flat surface, 2D or two-dimensional. It can be named by an uppercase script letter or 3 or more points on the plane. So we can determine a plane using 3 or more points on the plane. That is not collinear. Again, not collinear. You will encounter what collinear means later on. So we have here uppercase script letter. In this case, we have here plane M. So we can name it as one letter, one uppercase letter, or using points, 3 or more points. We have point B, point E, point F. So we can say that this plane is plane DEF. Next is line segment. It is part of a line having two endpoints and it has a definite length. So if we have here point A, point B, so we have 2 points. This is what we call the endpoint. So part of a line, we can extend a line, but segment, we cannot extend the segment. So the line segment here is from point A up to point B. So this is what we call the line segment. So having 2 endpoints. So this is point A and point B. Next, we have a ray. It is also part of a line, consists of one endpoint. That one endpoint is called initial point, and one side extended infinitely, just like this illustration. So we have here, let's say, point A, and we have here point B. So this one is a ray. So this side going to the right side is infinite, but here we have our initial point as point A, or our endpoint. Next is collinear points. These are points lie on the same line. So for example, we have here point A, point B, and point C. So these are collinear points. Why? Because they lie on the same line. So we have here this line. So point A, point B, and point C are collinear points. Next, if we have collinear points, we also have coplanar points. These are points lie on the same plane. So when we say collinear, lie on the same line. Coplanar, we have lie on the same plane. So we have here this plane. For example, we can name this as plane A. And then coplanar, points lie on the same plane. So this is plane A. And this point, let's say we have B and we have C, lie on the same plane, which is plane A. So therefore, B, C, point B, and point C are coplanar points of plane A. To summarize the difference between lines, segments, and rays, let's have this diagram. So we have here line. So the symbol for line is this one. And we have the diagram. It extends to infinity on both sides. We have left and right. Next, we have the segment. This is how we write segment. No arrowhead. And we have two endpoints. This one and this one. It has definite length. So we cannot extend this. We have ray. So when we write ray, we will use this one. Arrow going to the right. So we have one endpoint. Okay. So we have here endpoint A, B. So we have endpoint A, we have endpoint B. Different ray. The first one, written here in the symbol of ray, is always the endpoint. So we have here the endpoint B, or the initial point A. Next, we have intersecting lines. When we say intersecting lines, these are two or more lines that have a common point. So we have here, for example, let's have line L and line M. So line L and line M intersect at one point. So this is the intersection point of line L and line M, meaning these lines are intersecting. Next, so we also have parallel lines. These are lines that do not meet. So even we extend this line, it will not meet. So even we extend this given lines, it will not meet because they are parallel. Next. Okay, so let's have shoot inside the basket. Now that you have identified what line, point, and plane mean, let's have an activity. So we have here tip of a ball pen, mole, wall, book cover, strand of hair, laptop screen. All you need to do is to shoot that or identify whether the given thing belongs to line, point, or plane. So let's have tip of a ball pen. Is it line, point, or plane? Okay, when we say tip of a ball pen, this one. Okay, so we have point. Next, how about wall? This wall. Okay, very good. That is plane. Next, how about the mole? This one. Line, point, or plane? Very good. So we have point. Next, the book cover. So the book cover, this one. The book cover. Okay, very good. That is a plane. So if it's two-dimensional, we have the length and the width. Next, strand of hair. Strand of hair, very good. That belongs to line. If we extend that, it will form a straight line. We have laptop screen. Okay, this screen. Okay, very good. So that belongs to plane. Next. Okay, let's summarize what we've discussed today. So we have point. It has no dimension. Just a point. Next, we have line. It extends both sides, left and right. Next, we have line segment. Line segment, part of a line, which has two endpoints. And it has definite length. Next, we have ray. So it has one endpoint and the other side extends to infinity. Next, we have a plane. So plane has three or more non-collinear points. Next, we have parallel lines and intersecting lines. When we say parallel lines, these are the lines that do not meet. So they don't have an intersecting point. While intersecting lines intersect at one point. So this is the point of intersection. Next, we have collinear points. When we say collinear points, it lies on the same line. So we have point, 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 point. And then we have coplanar points. Our points lie on the same plane. So we have C, K, D. They lie on the same plane. Okay. Now that you have identified or you have known the basic concepts in geometry, let's have this true or false activity. Number 1. Points A, B, and C are collinear. Again, when we say collinear, it lies on the same line from the word linear line. So let's find where point A, B, and C lies. So we have here point A, point B, and point C. They don't lie on the same line, therefore they are not collinear. So this one, number 1, is false. Next, number 2. Points A, B, and C are coplanar. When we see coplanar, they lie on the same plane. So we have here plane. This is our plane. Do points A, B, and C lie on the same plane? Yes, so we have A, B, C. So we have true. Next, number 3. Points B, C, and D are coplanar. Again, they lie on the same plane. Points B. So let's identify. We have here points B, C, and D. Point B does not lie on the same plane, where point B and point C lie. Therefore, they are not coplanar. This is false. Next, number 4. Point C lies on line AB. We read this as line AB. Point C, we have point C. Point C, we have here point C, lies on line AB. So we have here line AB, this line. Okay, therefore, C is here. It does not lie on line AB, therefore, this is false. Number 5. Line AB, so again, line AB on plane ABC. So line AB lies on plane ABC. So we have here line AB lies on plane ABC. So we have here the plane. Next, we are talking about line AB. Okay, so it is located inside our plane, therefore, line AB lies on plane ABC. That is true. Next, number 6. We have line DE, this line. Line DE lies on plane ABC. So again, our plane here, and then line. Point D and point E do not lie on plane ABC. Therefore, line DE does not lie on plane ABC. That is false. Next, let's identify the parts of this figure. So points. So we have here point L, point O, point B, and point E. Again, we have point L, point O, point B, and we have point E. Okay, let's identify the lines here. So we have here, again, let's identify line. When we see line, it extends on both sides. But we have two parts of a line. We have ray and line segment. So we have here arrowhead. Therefore, we have line L, O. And then we have two arrowheads. We have line E, V. Now, to be specific, we also have line EL and OV. But to be specific, they are line segment. Again, they are line segment. So we will write this on line segment. Next. Okay, so we have two ways on how to write a plane. So the first one, using this one letter, we have plane K. So we also write that in cursive. Next, using the points of the plane. So you have point, you have plane L, O, V, E. Okay, so we can also write that using V, E, L, O. V, E, L, O, or we have E, L, O, V. Plane V, E, L, O, plane E, L, O, V. So they represent one plane only. Okay? Make sure in writing the letters, sunod-sunod, we can write this as L, O, E, V. So this is wrong. So we have to write that L, O, V, E. Clockwise or counterclockwise only. Dapat sunod-sunod yung letter. Kung paano siya madadaanan, dapat sunod-sunod. Okay, next. We have here the line segment. So again, line segment, it has two endpoints. So we have two lines here, line LO and line EB. And also we have two line segment here. We have segment EL or segment and segment OV. Next, we have ray. So we can say that this is the initial point and we have here the arrowhead. So we can say that we have ray LO and we say that this is the initial point and going to the left. So we now have ray OL. Also, in this part, using line EV, so we have here the endpoint E. So we can say we have ray E, V. And then, next part, we have V as our initial point. So we have ray V, E. So that's how we write ray. Okay, these are the undefined terms and the basic concepts in geometry. Thank you so much, and wait for another video.